Hey, this is Mitch Keller, and you're listening to Chasing Birdies.
It is Thursday. We are back here on Chasing Birdies. For you listeners out there that have been steadily listening, thank you. Welcome back to today's show. That was kind of cool, right?
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Bang.
A little heat. So, today's episode is brought to you by Nemacolin. Go check them out at nemacolin.com. It is absolutely gorgeous up there. I know that I'm going to be up there tomorrow pegging it up. I believe on Mystic Rock, which is in incredible shape right now. The trees are as good as it gets right now, and I know that if you hit your ball in the rough, you're going to have trouble finding it because there's
Leaf roll.
Which, funny enough, dude, I have a funny story about a leaf roll.
Mm-hmm.
Leaf roll, back in the day, my dad's friend used to take a blower with him, a leaf blower, put it in the back of his cart
Really?
this time of the year, and just bzzz,
Now, what
there's your
happens
ball.
if he... Yeah, but
There's
what
your ball
happens if the ball moves?
Well, you'd have to be really,
Yeah.
What?
You'd have to have like a 21
a high-powered.
Right.
What are you doing? But
Right. Leaf
why do you
blowers
always
are...
have to? Why do you always have to take it to the next level?
Well, because I don't know. I mean, you're not going to take a leaf blower to a tournament, so I guess at the end of the day...
No, just like in the back of your cart. All right,
You're right.
You know what, maybe that's stupid.
That was a good idea.
Now, I just got a newsletter from Yakagani Country Club the other day. Rounds of the number of rounds in a year by the GIN system. Gerald Pepe leads Yakagani Country Club with 177 rounds of golf this year.
Doc, what is happening?
And
he does that in like what, 2.5 hours?
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
so congrats again, Gerald, on another career year.
I tell you, it was a warm week here in north central West Virginia, southwest PA, so I'm sure the golf courses were busy. And, I might make a guest appearance tomorrow with you, bud. And we'll see
I
what
appreciate
happens.
that. I'd love it. I'd love if you'd show up every once in a while. That'd be good.
So I do want to say something to you, though, man. It's so funny. If you guys follow along on our Instagram, we've been putting our Saturday Chasing edition of picks out. We started that 3 weeks ago for whatever reason. I have no idea why. We get like 8 looks, which is great for me because the picks they've been terrible. Like, can't catch a break, man. And the funny thing is, like, I'm actually taking these picks. Like, these are our picks, so we're not giving you advice, right? So, like,
I'm actually taking these picks.
Yeah. You swept it 1 week, I think.
3-0.
Yeah. 2
This
weeks
week
ago.
I went 2-1. How'd you do the last 2 weekends, bud?
I mean, I think I went, I don't know, 0-1-2 or 0-2-1 last weekend and 0-3 this weekend. But it's like Oregon was covering. They gave up a late touchdown. Duke had the game almost won outright, and then the quarterback gets hurt, goes out. They give up 21 unanswered. Just bad. So, I'm going to keep it up, though. I'm not giving
Pressing
up.
a little bit?
No, because honestly, my picks on Sundays are good. So, Saturday.
Maybe we don't share those with people because
No,
you
I'm
keep
not gonna.
winning with those.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
So-
I'm not doing that.
It's awesome.
But
I'm glad that you won that, bud. That's awesome for you and your bank account, potentially.
yeah.
So
I try to, with the off season coming up, dude. I don't know. Have you been hitting any ball? Like, what are you doing right now? Anything?
no. I'm gonna play tomorrow, and then next week taking my dad and I and brother-in-law are going to Georgia for a trip.
Yeah, Peachtree. This past weekend, I was like, well, I'm gonna hit some balls in my net just because, and I hadn't touched a club in a while. It was like a week and 9 days, maybe, whatever. Touch a club. First one I hit, almost ripped my turf up off the ground. So fat. Second one I hit, ricocheted off the post of the net. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like 9 days without touching a club, and you can't even hit the freaking face
what
of
you
a
get.
club. So, but is what it is, my man.
I'll
And
tell you who hopes to not hit the sweet spot of a baseball bat when pitching.
yeah, pitching.
You see-
And I didn't know that.
You see that?
Yeah, that was great. That was great. Mitch Keller here today on Chasing Birdies. Dummy me, I'm like, talking about Ohtani and his batting ability, but apparently national leaguers don't have to. I knew that was a new rule, but I didn't know that was actually real. I guess. But
I love
anyways,
when- yeah.
they don't bat.
No,
Mitch Keller was awesome though, man. He's an Iowan. I think that's how you said it.
Iowan.
And we both, neither of us have ever been to Iowa. I don't even know a golf course in Iowa, but apparently Mitch does.
I don't know any golf courses in Iowa. I just know that Mitch Keller's from Iowa, and our 2023 Ryder Cup captain Zach Johnson is from Iowa.
Oh yeah, there you go. Good job, Jack.
So
let's get it over here to Mitch Keller on Chasing Birdies. He had a hell of a year this year. Made the All-Star team.
let's pay the guy, buckos. Let's get him this money so we keep Mitch Keller around.
Let's go. All right, guys, welcome back. We are here on Chasing Birdies with a standout in Pittsburgh. You know, when you look at Pittsburgh, you obviously think about hockey and football, but the Pirates are still a relevant team, young, growing, got some optimism headed into the 2024 season. We're joined by Mitch Keller today on Chasing Birdies. My man, thanks for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys. Glad to be on here.
Was that better?
That was a lot.
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot better.
All right. Little inside joke for you listeners out there, but
Yeah, you don't. If you don't know, you don't know.
yeah.
That's right.
So what's shaking,
So
man?
my man Mitch,
Yeah,
you just got back from Ireland.
Yeah, just my wife and I took a trip to Ireland for a week after the season. Wish I didn't have to take the trip, but wish we were still playing ball. But it's good to get away and relax a little bit and get back into the States and get after it for next year again.
I feel like that's a politically correct thing to say real quick, like that you wish you were still playing ball. That's probably true. At least it makes it look better.
I gotta say, guys.
Yeah, you gotta say it.
Well, we took a trip to Northern Ireland last summer and played incredible golf. So how was the golf over there, bud?
Dang, I didn't play any golf, man. I knew that was coming. I saw a bunch of fantastic courses. We stayed at Dromoland Castle. It was a really good course. I got to watch a few people hit their approach shots in on 18, so that was fun. But the one day I was going to get out, it was raining, so didn't make it happen. Weird, it was raining in Ireland.
That's all.
Yeah, I was
We
gonna
actually
say.
had really good weather, so the full week it didn't rain, and then the first day we got there and the last day it rained, so we got pretty lucky.
The rental clubs are epic in Ireland. We see when we went to Ireland, we didn't have any rain. We hardly had wind. It was
Dang.
like warm. It was like a record.
When did you
actually.
guys go?
Last summer, July
Third week
Later in
22.
the summer?
Third week of July. It was the hottest week in Ireland history while we were there.
Oh my God.
And let me tell you a story. So there was no rain except for like 5 minutes. And when you're in the United States and you play golf and you see lightning or hear thunder, what do you naturally do? You go take shelter.
And, yeah.
You get like a normal human being. In Ireland, it never gets hot enough to have lightning. So
I didn't know that.
So we were sitting there and we're hitting our tee shots, and in this lightning hits in this cove, you could literally see it hit in the water, the lightning. And all of us Americans are like, all right, where do we go? He's like, just stand here, lads. Everything's fine. As he's holding my push cart that's straight metal, I'm like freaking out. And it was over. It was literally a 5-minute rainstorm with lightning that they didn't do anything for.
That's crazy. Yeah, because when it rained for us, I mean, it was an all-day rain. I think it's still raining there. Like it was, we got out of it. We hit the week just perfect because it's supposed to rain for like a full week. But yeah, I'm pretty disappointed I didn't get to play, but have to plan a guy's trip or something for just a golf trip in Ireland sometime. Now I know all the good spots to go. So
Neil had his first golf trip with us, and he loved it. So get him on that.
Ooh, I will. That'd be fun.
Did you go to Dublin by chance?
Yeah, we went to Dublin for 3 days, and then we just went to West Ireland for the next 5 days. So
yeah, it's not even a bad flight getting over there. Like you kind of go to sleep, you wake up.
Yeah, it was 7 hours. We left at 10:30 from Chicago, and then just slept on the plane. Woke up and it was 11:30 in the morning over there. So yeah, it's kind of worked out. It was nice. Now I'm struggling getting back on track here. Like my wife just woke up at 3 a.m. this morning, and I woke up at like 5.
Just looking at each other.
But yeah, we're just like, all right, what do we do? The sun doesn't come up for another
take a shot of whiskey.
They love their whiskey and Guinness over there, man. That's all they talk about.
Are you
Bash,
in
tell him I
Pittsburgh
got the
right now?
game.
Huh?
No, I'm in Iowa right now. Back home
Gotcha.
in Iowa for the off season. Yeah. So
What'd you say, Pep?
I was going to tell you to tell him about the game, the Guinness drinking game,
The Guinness drinking game.
where you had to chug it long enough to get between the harp and the G.
Oh yeah, yeah. So somehow somebody came up with this game where when you ordered a pint of Guinness, the first sip you had to end it. You had to drink it to where the line, the alcohol was, the beer was in between the harp and the G, or
Yeah, the harp and the G. So if you
and
got there, you win.
but it's like, yeah, but what do you win, right? Like it wasn't really a fun game because like
you
my
win another beer.
I was not to see the thing about Guinness was I don't drink dark beer. Like I hardly drink beer anyhow, but I don't drink dark beers. And everyone's like, no,
Yeah.
man, like you got to try it. It's kind of a light beer. It's actually like not pretty gnarly. So I was drinking the Kool-Aid when I was in Ireland. That's for sure. I almost got freaking
Yeah.
knocked my teeth out by some Irishman. He was pissed off for, I don't even know why. And I'm like,
Oh,
what the fuck
we
is this
got-
guy doing? He's just coming at me.
my wife and I, we went to, well, they have the World Cup for rugby's going on, and Ireland
my
was playing New
gosh.
Zealand. And on our drive over to over the western part of Ireland, our driver was like, "Yo, you got to go to a pub and watch the rugby match." So, we got dinner and went in there. I mean, they looked at us like we had five heads, my wife and I walking in there, because I mean, they were all just, it was slammed, like just watching the rugby match, and just two Americans walking in.
Yeah.
As they kind of looked at us funny, but yeah, they're very passionate about. They were. I mean, I walked out of that thing after they lost. I felt like my favorite team had just lost. Like I was sad. I was like disappointed.
And they also everyone there thinks they're MMA fighters. Like everybody in fucking Ireland thinks that they're Conor McGregor, and they just
It is.
and they go like, "Hey, do you box?" And I'm like, "Do I look like I box? I mean, is that a compliment or not? I don't know." But that's the vibe I picked up.
You got to take that as a compliment.
Every pub we went to. I'm like, this is not cool. But when you go 12 people, it's fun, man. We had a blast. But Iowa, man. So I've never been. Pep, have you been to Iowa? Ever?
I've traveled a lot, and I've never been to Iowa.
I think the only time I've
Oh,
been to
man.
Iowa
Come
was
on.
when I was playing Cruising USA as a kid.
I
One
watched
of the
a lot of
races.
Iowa women's basketball games last year, though.
Nice, yeah. Caitlin Clark and the gang's getting it going. Did you see the game they played in Kinnick Stadium last
Yeah.
week?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
60,000 people or something?
I think it was
57?
like 56 or something. It was like 50 degrees outside, though. I'm surprised they even, like 10-mile-an-hour winds. Could you imagine trying to shoot a three? I mean,
No. Not even in a warm
So
day.
Caitlin hit one from like, I mean, she made a bomb, I think.
When you're from Iowa, is it one of those you're automatically an Iowa Hawkeye fan, or
Yeah,
course.
or an Iowa State fan, I guess.
Big 12.
But that'd be miserable
and,
if you're an
well,
Iowa State fan.
and it's easy for you because it's black and gold or black and yellow. So
Yeah, I know. I love it.
It's a match made in heaven. Did you go to Iowa, or did you go straight from the high school from the draft? To
I got drafted out of high school.
Right.
No, I wasn't going to go to Iowa. I was actually committed to go to North Carolina to play baseball, and then then I got drafted and decided I should probably play professionally. So I never went to school. Which is
I
kind of
didn't-
awkward telling people when they're like, "Oh yeah, what did you go to school for?"
baseball.
God, I didn't.
You want to compare paychecks? Just kidding.
I didn't realize that so you got in the league in 2019?
Yeah, I debuted in 2019. Went up and down like from there from AAA, and then the past two seasons I've been up the whole time. So,
Does that mess with your head at all when you're going up and down?
jeez, I mean, sometimes like it's gonna happen. Like after my debut, so when I debuted, it was a doubleheader game, and I pitched the second game. So each team gets an extra guy on their roster, and I was the extra guy to start. So, and I did terrible. So I knew I was like, it wasn't that big of a surprise when I got sent down. But sometimes it is like some guys will get sent down and it's like a really big surprise. Like, and yeah, you just get like pissed and it can definitely mess with you. 'Cause like, I I can't describe what playing in the big leagues and then playing in AAA is like. I don't know.
Night and day.
It's like, yeah, it's just like complete, like the energy. There's no energy in AAA. Like you really have to find it and like really like challenge yourself to bring it every day because it's nearly impossible when you get sent back down to AAA to like find a find your why to get back. Like it's really hard. I don't know. I can't even describe it. It's
Well, I
really
mean,
hard.
and just the bussing everywhere,
Oh yeah, the
opposed to
travel's terrible.
flying.
The
Hotels are
hotels you
probably
stay in,
way
yeah,
different. The food's way
hotels are,
different. The equipment, you're probably getting more equipment. You know what I mean? It's just there's
yeah,
so much
everything.
more. Once you're in the show, so they say, you want to stay, so you bust
Yeah,
your ass.
absolutely. Yeah, it's like it's great making it, but it's harder to stay. So like everybody, when you do make it, it's
Hmm.
like you put everything you have into staying because you don't want to go back to AAA and because it's just not as fun. Like it might not be as stressful, obviously, because you don't have cameras or if you have a bad outing, no one's tweeting at you telling you suck.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, it's just completely different.
Do you really pay attention to Twitter though? Like, is there ever a point where I mean, we all do it. We scroll in bed, but if you have a bad showing, do you avoid it or do you just overlook it?
I mean, it's pretty hard to avoid it. You're definitely going to see something. Obviously, like after a good outing, it's easy to scroll through Twitter and or what for the For You page now is
Mm.
like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's easy to see like, oh, and go by a tweet that says like how great you are. So I mean, it's easy when it's going well, but when it's not going well and people are like, oh, you sucked, or tweet like your line or like my
Your
line
stats
on
and
my
everything.
stats.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like, yeah, it sucks because it's like you're trying to, like, you get home from the night, trying to forget it as much as
Right.
possible. And you just like want to space out and check your phone. And then that's
Yeah.
all there is. Yeah. It
Yeah.
sucks. So, I mean, you gotta like find a different avenue. Some guys play video games. Like, I don't know. I like being outside. I got my dog and go for a walk or whatever. Just be
Yeah. Just kind
outside
of
and
forget about
Well,
it.
and you
go
have
play
the
golf.
y-
That's
So like
another
there was a
ball.
stretch during the season there where I had like 4 bad starts in a row. And well, we were on the road and we had golf scheduled for a while. And I go golfing with Radley Haddad, our pitching. He's one of our pitching strategists. Um, and he didn't even text me, but I was waiting for him to ask me. He's like, "Hey, you still want to go?" Because I had a rough outing the night before, and he didn't say anything. And we got there, and I mean, we didn't talk about baseball one time. And yeah, like golf's a really good escape for me, and I love it. I mean, I wake up. It's usually guys who like sleep in till like 10 or 11 after a night game, and but I mean, we woke up probably at 6 a.m., get out there and play 18 before we have to go into the field, and it's just like a really good like a mental break from trying to
Yeah.
get somebody out every day.
well, it's funny because it's like on the PGA Tour, the players, if they're playing well, they do the same exact thing, eat the same exact thing, same routine. And the same thing with your NHL players, your NFL players. They're all doing the same thing if they're playing well. If they're not playing well, they want to do something different, right? I.e., you going to play golf, get your mind off the game a little bit
Yeah,
and not think about it.
absolutely.
And, I can't tell you how many PGA Tour players want to go to a basketball game at night or a baseball game just to take their mind off and not think about their profession for once.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. And then we get to play some really cool courses too. That I mean, because we're traveling all around,
Yeah.
we just get to go to some pretty unique places. And I'm terrible at remembering the names, so don't ask me where we've been. I just show up at the tee time and and play.
Have you enjoyed your time in Pittsburgh thus far?
Yeah, man, it's awesome. Very welcoming. I mean, obviously we wish our seasons would be going better, but Pittsburgh as a whole in a town is awesome, man. They love their sports and love their teams.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It
Like
is crazy. It's awesome.
I always wondered because there are loyal Pirates fans. They exist. And it's great to go to that ballpark. It's one of the best in the country, but I wonder
Yeah,
if there's a stigma around being drafted or traded to the Pirates, like from a personal perspective, like, is this the beginning to the end of my career? But the flip side of that is they do a good job at trading away good players. So maybe
Yeah, I
that's a
mean, when I
catalyst.
first got drafted, like the team was in the wild card, like you had like Kutch and all those guys.
Yeah.
Because I got drafted in 2014, so I mean those were the like good years. I mean, I saw that happening, and then just going up through the minor leagues. I mean, when you're in low A and high A and double A, you seem like you're so far away. I wasn't even really paying attention to the big league team, and then in 2017 or like 2018 and 19. 2019 was my first big league camp, so that's when I was like, okay, this is like I actually have a chance of being a major league baseball player, and that's when you started really paying attention to it. And I mean, there was obviously fans weren't happy at that time, and then we've gone through some tough seasons here the last
Yeah.
3 years. But I mean, like last year is really like a really good year. I would say. I mean, we won a lot of games. We had a really rough patch in the middle of the year, myself included, but I think just
And
like what we did at the beginning and then what we did at the end, I mean,
yeah.
just shows like what the talent we have. And we didn't even have some of our best players, like we were hurt. So
Yeah.
it was
And
really cool. But yeah, back to your point of seeing like guys getting traded away. I mean, yeah, going back to Twitter, like that's like all I was hearing is like, because I had a rough season in 21. And then, I mean, that was like the main things I was seeing was like,
They packed
oh,
your
he's going
bags
to
for
be
you,
like
bud.
he's going to be another Glass now or whatever, whoever it might be, get traded away and then become someone. It's like, and yeah, it sucks to read that because obviously, like, you want to be good all the time, and I want to be good here. So
yeah.
162 games. That people don't realize how many freaking baseball games that is. I mean,
it's a
I
lot.
understand they do, but to stay, you mentioned middle part of the season. Well, how does a team stay focused for 162 games? Because that is a long season, and you got somebody like the Phillies right now, who, they were good, but they're really, really turning it on in the last couple weeks. So how does
Yeah,
that, like? Is it basically just make it to the dance and then really turn it
yeah,
on, or?
yeah. I think what you're seeing here is like you have to get hot at the right time. Like the whole season, 162 season is a grind, and you just got to try and win as much as you can. And like little situations within the game really matter, and that's like it's really big because like I mean, our team included, we look back and I mean, there's probably we missed it by like 8 games. I mean, I think I'm not, don't quote me on that, but something around there. It's like if you look back in the season, there was definitely times where we could have not made an error or a pitch mistake that led to like a 3-run homer that led us to lose some games. Like there's definitely 8 of those games within there that you could go back and be like, well, if we would have done this or a little bit differently, we could be there. I mean,
It's a bigger
it's
round of
crazy
golf.
how, yeah, it's really crazy like how um, little situations within a game could change the whole season. So, and then yeah, just getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, and that's the
So
thing. Like with golf, we've talked a little bit about golf, but you do the same. We all do it. Oh man, if I would have just not made double there,
yeah,
there's 2 shots. If I didn't 3-whack it
yep,
here, there's a shot. It's easy to think about it, and that's why every pitch, every at bat is important
yeah,
because you
yeah.
don't
The
know when
game
it's going
might,
to matter.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
like course management. You're like, man,
Exactly.
why'd I hit a driver there? I should have just laid up, or like I don't need to be 100 yards out. I can hit a 8-iron 150 yards in or something. Just like little things like that that just make you like so pissed at this. I don't know
well,
what I'm trying to say, but just
you talk
pissed at
about
the situation.
the game within the game, and Kyle Long said that when we had him here on the podcast, and it's true for all sports, whether it's football, baseball, hockey, or golf. The game within the game, and for golf, the biggest game that you have to play within the game is your mental approach, your mental aspects, keeping the composure. And we're amateur golfers, so we can crumble easily, but it happens to the best of the big guys too. Last week,
Yeah,
I'm playing golf with the man right here. I'm playing golf with this guy, Jonathan Pepe, and he is absolutely playing out of his mind on the front nine. We got a little bit of a delay making the turn. My man couldn't hit the ball. He was done. When we got to the 10 tee box.
Well, it's not, I mean, I just was annoyed. It wasn't fun.
When we got to the tee box, it was game over because we had to wait. And I get that. Believe me, I was not happy either, but it is what it is. But to that point, you know, if he would have smoked another cigar or maybe looked at the leaves a little bit, he might have been in a better place. But
Take a shot of tequila, whatever.
Yeah, right. No, I get it though. But yeah, and that's tough, man.
It's like like if I give up a 2-run homer or something, I'm pissed at the world, but I can't be pissed for too long because I got another batter coming up.
Short-term memory.
Yeah,
you have to, because if you don't, I mean that shit just snowballs on you, and then 2 runs becomes 5, and
next thing you know, you're on the bench.
And then the game's out of reach and the game's over. So
we had,
especially as a starting pitcher, like you have to let it go. Gotta let it go.
We had Dr. Bob Rotella on. I don't know if you're familiar with that name, but sports psychologist, and works with Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, and a lot of other big names. But that's what his big thing is. There's only one golf shot. There's only one pitch that matters the most. The one that you're in right now. The one before doesn't matter. The one in front of you doesn't matter. And that's what he always talks about, is staying within your routine. And your part of that routine is that focusing on that single shot, that single pitch, and nothing else. Because like you said, if you give up a 2-home run pitch, there's nothing you can do now. You got to refocus and get back at it.
Yeah, it's over. Like there's literally nothing you can do. Like if you just want to complain and sulk in it, then you're only doing yourself and your team a disservice. Because I mean, 2 runs you can easily get those back, but it's like if it snowballs to 5 or 6, then that's when it's out of reach.
Well, congrats on making the All-Star team, Mitch.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I mean,
that was cool.
That was cool really to represent us, and that
me and Bednar. You got to get Bednar on here.
Bud, you play on a team? You said us.
Us as in Pirate fans, but
the Pirate.
I mean, not us like me.
I didn't know. Like I'm on the team, and I didn't know, or what, Bud?
I mean, I just was saying for the whole city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we're a whole community.
Yeah,
Come
on.
There
you go. All right,
was the game at Petco Park, if I recall? Where was the game?
It was in Seattle. I think they call it T-Mobile now.
Yeah.
It used to be called, I don't even know. I'm embarrassing myself right now. I think it's called Safeco.
Yeah.
I think it is called Safeco.
So what, obviously having a golf podcast here, we're golf dummies. I mean, we just eat, drink, and sleep it too much. But
love it.
Love
golf, man.
How did that transition for you from baseball? Just kind of being an athlete and other people doing it, or is it something you did growing up?
So, I mean, my golf story is crazy. So, not crazy, but the way I got into it was, it's all I think I just kind of grew up into it because my grandpa is a commercial real estate agent, and him and my grandpa and my grandma bought this huge plot of land outside of town, outside of Cedar Rapids, where I live here in Iowa. And it was kind of in the middle of nowhere, but I mean, it's grown up now where there's people out there. But at the time when I was young, it was just a piece of land, and he put a driving range and a mini golf course and a par 3 course around it. I mean, me, my brother, and my cousins, we were in the summer times, and we were out there all the time playing golf, mini golf, the par 3 course, like working out there. I mean, that's how I fell in love with just golf in general. And then, dude, it was awesome. They had like a PG, like a instructor out there. So he would give us, me, my brother, and my 2 cousins lessons, the 4 of us. So that was fun. Just messing around out there all the time. And then, we would always drive, my brother and I would always drive the golf cart to pick up the golf balls out there on the range.
Oh,
and
the range picker upper.
And try and have people hit us. They had like a steel cage one, so we were pretty safe in there. I remember my brother poked his nose through it one time and was just like egging someone on to hit him. I mean, this dude smoked it probably like this far away from just smoking his nose. I mean, we were terrified after that, so we never did that one again. Well, yeah, it was just fun being out there all the time. And then I would always during high school, I was on the high school golf team. Yeah, so I mean, we were just playing golf all the
Playing
time,
golf a
and
lot.
yeah, a lot of golf. We played summer baseball here, so there's no springtime. So I had like if we had practice at noon, I don't know, it's kind of people would probably laugh at me at the time, but now I think it's awesome. But I would wake up at like early in the morning, go to the golf course, get a walk around by myself, and then go to baseball practice. And I just love it, man. It's awesome.
So being from Iowa, we just had the Ryder Cup, and
Yeah.
there was a fellow Iowan.
Yep.
Is that how we say it?
Iowan, yeah.
Iowan. As the Ryder Cup captain, Zach Johnson.
Yeah.
Did you always, being from Iowa, because there's not a lot of PGA Tour players from Iowa. Did you always grow up liking him, or?
Well, geez, I kind of even forgot how. So another reason why Zach Johnson's cousin, his name is Alec Johnson, and he was my brother and I's babysitter growing up when we were when we were in middle school and in middle school when we couldn't drive anywhere. So yeah, we were always, and that was the time when he won the Masters too. It was right when he was babysitting us, and so I mean that was awesome. And Zach actually went to the same. He went to Regis High School, but it was my middle school now. So there's just a good connection there too. So yeah, definitely followed Zach growing up, and watching him golf, especially when he won the Masters that year, was pretty special.
You know what kind of sucks though for golf being from Iowa is that when your season ends, well, I mean, theoretically you could still be playing now, which is even more validating my point. But the point being is now, it's October, it's November. You're not playing golf in Iowa. We're not playing golf in PA or West Virginia, really.
It's 65 degrees today, so I might have
you
to
can
go
still
out
get
there
it.
and get
Yeah,
but it's not as enjoyable,
Yeah, it's not like if you had an off season during the summer like the NHL guys.
Oh yeah,
and they just
I don't live in Arizona where I can just go play every day.
Right.
But that does suck. I will agree that sucks.
That's you guys might want to think about moving. Would you ever move
we have,
from Iowa?
We've talked about it. I know my wife would probably want to do it more than I would. I just I don't know, you're gone for so long and all my family and friends live here. So yeah, it is home. When I get to go home for the off season, I get to go home, get to be around my family, and yeah, it's fun. So I think if we moved, it would probably kind of take a little bit of that away. All right, well, I'm just moving to a different spot. I'm not really going home.
I get it. You want to be,
yeah.
I know for us too, but we play so much golf.
Do you guys get out every day, or how's this work?
It's, I mean, I guess if you averaged our rounds together, it would equate to 7 days a week between the two of us, but it's not it's not, but it's just a lot of things that we do. We do, member guests, we do events, we have Chasing Birdies events. We're always, invited to go play somewhere, us and our other buddy BK. We do random things to play golf elsewhere.
That's awesome.
Having this time now, you miss it. I certainly am bored without it.
I'm already looking forward to March.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you guys got to come down to Florida and get some spring training rounds in with us.
Yeah, Neil will be chomping at the bit for that.
Yeah, he will.
Have you played with Neil?
I don't know if he comes. Yeah, I have. I don't know if he comes down to spring training. I don't remember if he does or not. I don't know if his AT&T Sports contract.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's up. I don't know if that's a
touchy
subject or
right?
not.
No,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that works. But I'm not sure. We have to get him down there too, because there's some really good golf down there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because we're in Bradenton, Florida. You got, I think the main one is Concessions right there.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he said. I think he's played there with Garrett Cole.
Yeah. Yeah, I would believe that for sure, because he plays for the Yankees now, and he's in Tampa.
Well, it's funny, we talk about you don't realize the baseball season really is the golf season. Like as an outsider,
Yeah, it is.
I'm sure you realize that.
Oh
But
yeah, I do.
Neil never got to go on a golf trip through his major league career. So we invite him to the Chasing Birdies 2-man at the Greenbrier this past June. And I mean, Neil already smiles because of he's living. Like
Yeah.
he's just so happy. He's the
Yeah.
best. He's the best. And he had a smile on his face the whole time. He thought it was the coolest thing ever. Thanked Bash and I. Dude, this is my first golf trip, like real friend golf trip. This is so much fun. This is what it's like. So Neil got a little taste of the golf trips, and now he's all in now.
That's all he talks about, man.
The golf trips.
Yeah,
So-
he wants to play golf I think he plays whenever he goes on the road with our team. I mean, I think he's got golf lined up every day. Every morning he's got it.
Oh yeah,
It's awesome. I'm jealous. He's like, dude, you got to get this job when you're done playing. It's the best gig ever. I play golf every morning, and then I go
watch
baseball and talk about it.
I think the coolest thing about golf in general is the connecting factor it has as you play more, you meet more people. And to go on a golf trip though, like I'm super selective. Like I went this year to Bandon Dunes with people I didn't know, and that was a little bit out of my comfort zone. That sounds kind of weird, but it was. Like I don't know some of these people. I knew a handful, and it was a blast. But like as you get older, you're like, do I want to spend 5 days with certain people that I don't really know?
That you really don't know.
Dang, 5 days is crazy because I mean, I'll look at tee times online for our local like courses here, and I'm like, oh, I got a book that there's 4 people coming, so I'm not paired with anybody.
So you just pay for 4 people, so it's just you.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't pay online. I wait till I get there and be like, I don't think the other 3 are coming.
Man, the other 3 didn't come. It's just me.
That's clever. I like that book.
Yeah, but you get the. I don't like doing it. You get the really bad looks at the. You're like, I mean, these are just local public courses, so.
Dude, I played in a USGA Mid-Am qualifier this year, and I didn't qualify, but that's not the point.
Dang.
But it was the absolute worst course that I've ever played in my life, ever. And I drove my ass. Yeah, because I couldn't get into it. It was waitlisted. Look, I was playing really good this summer, and I'm like, shit, I'm gonna try to do this. But the closest one was waitlisted, so I had to go to like Shepherdstown or Charlestown, West Virginia, near Virginia. And I got to this course, and it was like I could not believe that I was playing golf there. And I'm not really a golf snob in that regard, but like the greens were, I mean, running at 5.5. It was like concrete, so you're hitting wedge shots. They're not spinning or holding. And I held it together, man, through the front 9. I was so proud. I was like, fuck, I just shot even par, and I'm going to rally. And then I fumbled, dude. I fumbled.
Just lost it.
I lost it. And then couldn't make a birdie, blah, blah, blah. But it's like when you get on in something like that, it really kind of it kind of messes with you a little bit,
Such
the
a
conditioning.
mental, dude. It's so
is.
mental.
Yeah.
Like,
It
can I just
is.
go smoke a cigar and just play golf and play good? Why do I have to
Do you
think
guys
about
smoke?
it?
Do you guys smoke cigars on the course a lot? Is
Oh,
that your
big time.
thing?
Yeah, Neil and I light each other's with. I'll light mine, then I put it into his cigar and light his.
Oh, dude, they do some weird shit. Then they take it out of their mouths and then they put it in each other's. And
No,
you're-
but I do.
Yeah,
I'm, a big,
all right,
I'm a big cigar smoker. I mean, round of golf, minimum 2, potentially 3.
Dang, minimum 2.
Didn't you?
I'd be buzzing too hard off of that. I don't smoke cigars too much.
Well,
Pat-
you're kind of like where your body matters right now. What's up, bud?
Didn't you have a contest this summer? Was it with the playing through up in Nemacolin where you set an over
under was 14 and a half cigars from Friday to Sunday.
14 and a half. This is what he did. So
And
he's
so-
trying to hit the over.
Mike
Did you
Oates,
hit the over?
yeah, Mike Oates said you're at 13, and so I lit 2 cigars at once, boys, so I could get the over.
I mean,
I
this
smoked
is
2 at once.
this is a hazard.
Oh, yeah, that is. How do you even play? I'd be falling over.
Oh man, it's
Or you
nothing.
just used to it now?
I just smoke so many of them. I'm like it's
Yeah.
like I don't know.
He wakes up, smokes a cigar.
Like
I
after
mean,
What's
we
your
do
fa-
this, I'm
oh
gonna go
we
smoke
used
a cigar.
to we used to have a bullpen catcher. He's with the Padres now, but every day he'd be there probably a couple hours before all the players and coaches showed up. And he'd be out in the Pittsburgh bullpen and he'd be smoking a cigar out there. And you'd walk in because our parking garage is in right field there. Um, so you walk up like through the back and through the bullpen entrance, and then walk across the field to get into the clubhouse. And you could smell his cigar smoke in the
It's
parking
so
in the
good.
parking lot there at PNC. And I mean, yeah, you just knew he was there. You'd have one every single day.
Well, look at
I think I
Jordan.
still have the one he gave me. Yeah, Comedina. I
I mean,
think he took after him there.
Michael Jordan smoke a cigar on the way to a basketball game.
okay,
That's
I want
crazy.
I want to know something, Mitch, because PNC Park is beautiful, and
Yeah.
I need your honest truths here. How many times have you walked up to home plate ready to get in the batter's box and you've thought about teeing it up and hitting one in the river?
Oh man,
Bring that driver
more
out,
times
baby.
than more times than you think. I might. We don't bat anymore, um,
Oh, that's a
but
dumbass
when I
question on my
did,
part.
yeah, like when. No, you're good. You're good, man. That just happened like last year. I think was the
Happened like
first. Yeah, last year.
5.5 years ago, but yeah, you're good.
Last year was the first year, but all the time. I think they put an event now where you can.
Yeah, there is.
Our grounds crew is gonna. Matt Brown's gonna hate that I'm telling everybody this because his field is the best field in the big leagues, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, it's stupid. But yeah, there's been plenty of times where guys in the clubhouse were like, "Hey, well, let's go chip some golf balls and stuff," but that would probably be terrible.
Oh my god,
But
he'd
yeah,
be.
we've always wondered if you could tee up from home plate and hit a building over there, or like how far that actually is. Because
I know.
when you're on a baseball field and you look out to the left field line or the right field line, it's 300 feet. That's like that's 100 yards. You're like, dude, this is a wet like
Yeah, it's
this
a
is a
wedge.
gap wedge away. Like what?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. You're
It
like,
takes so much effort for you to hit the baseball that far.
yeah, but a golf ball is just a nice smooth
Yeah.
wedge shot over there, and you're like, it doesn't make sense. Like the depth perception, like it just looks so much farther away than it does on a golf course. It's weird.
I always said if I was good enough to be any professional athlete, I like to be a pitcher. And this is no knock to you, but I like to be a pitcher because you get a lot more days off than anybody else, and that means
Yeah,
golf, right?
yeah. I mean, that's why I get to go golf.
Right.
I, if you play it like this goes back to this Twitter thing. If it's good like that, those 4 days rest are that's it's the best 4 days rest all the time. But if you have a bad one, you just have to sit on that bad one
Yeah,
for
for 4 days.
4 days before you get another opportunity.
So, with you playing my dream position in sports, how much golf have you gotten to play in Pittsburgh, course wise? Have you gotten to play the Oakmonts, the Little
Um,
Valleys, or any of that
yeah,
yet?
I played Oakmont 2 times. I played it twice. I haven't really played too much other than that in Pittsburgh. It's
It's a
most
little.
guys don't play at home when we're at home. It's mainly when we go on the road because like at home we show up to the field. Like if it's a 7 o'clock game, if we're at home we show up at 1 o'clock, let's say, and then but if we're on the road we show up at 3 o'clock. So you have that extra 2 hours to kind of,
Why the
and that's just
difference?
because of that's so like at home the home team gets the field like because there's only one field, so you have to share the field with the visiting team. Our batting practice would be from three to like if it was a six, let's go to 6 o'clock game. Our batting practice would be 3 to 4, and then the visiting teams is 4 to 5, and then that hour before the game is for the grounds crew to fix up the field and everybody get ready in the locker room.
That would bother me. I couldn't get it to field at 1 o'clock, a 7 o'clock game. I mean, what?
Yeah,
I'd take two
I mean
naps.
it's a long day. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
buddy.
mean yeah, because then when you're at home, you're done at 3 to 4, and that game's not for another 2 hours. So
That's why the
you
NHL, like, they have their pregame skates 9:30, I think's home team, and 10:30, and then they go back at 1 o'clock. Have to be back to the rink by like 4:30. So you think about that, they get like
yeah,
a
that's
3 hour
wild.
nap
Yeah,
or whatever
we
they
have
do.
nap rooms and
That's not gonna
sleep
work for
rooms
me.
and all that stuff around, um, just for people to kind of relax if you need to. And I mean, as a starting pitcher, like I have my own routine and stuff. So like in that time, I'd be lifting or getting treatment done or um, eating or chipping golf balls in the clubhouse,
Love it.
putting and stuff.
They should put a green in there for you.
We bought like the little, I
Synthetic?
don't know, little holes and stuff. No, we don't have that. We're not that sophisticated. We just put on the carpet in there.
There you go.
But it's fun. We have like friendly wagers and yeah, it's good stuff. Well, we have those little like birdie balls. I think they're
Yeah.
like I don't know. I don't know what the correct terminology is, but they don't go as far as a normal golf ball. But we chip those in the clubhouse and stuff.
I wonder about you lob a. I mean, I'm talking like Albert Pujols. Throw Albert Pujols a golf ball and see how far he could hit that with a baseball bat.
Oh my God.
Maybe Barry Bonds in PNC Park. I bet he could hit the Highmark building over there
Do you
in
think?
downtown Pittsburgh. I don't know. I think that'd go.
I go really
Do you give him a
far.
wood bat or a metal bat?
You got to give him.
The metal bat might just crack, dude.
I don't know. That'd be an interesting experiment.
So Barry, if you're listening, which you're not,
But that was just getting ready to say, though, you being a pitcher, seeing that guy over there in California, Otani.
Yeah.
I mean, he hits it, though. So the American League, they still allow pitchers to hit. In the National League, they do not.
So yeah, I mean, I could hit, but I just suck. So they don't want me to go up there and hit.
He's a liability.
Yeah, I'm a yeah, I am a liability up there.
At
I'm a
bat.
guaranteed out. I do have 3 hits though, but
Oh, shit.
I'm a liability.
This year?
Otani, no.
Career.
Career.
All right now.
But Otani's, man, what he's doing is stupid.
Yeah.
I think he should win MVP all the time. He's unbelievable. I've never seen that. Like I think about my job and like how much it takes to go every 5 days and then sprinkle in, well, not even sprinkle in, but literally playing every day after that. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. It honestly doesn't make sense.
Crazy.
Like on the
And he
PGA
hits
Tour,
300.
Yeah.
like on the PGA Tour, there's always guys. All the players. If Tiger's teeing off late and they had an early time, they'll go out and watch him for a couple holes or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the greatest. Is there anybody in the major leagues that you're like, all right, I have today off. I'm actually going to sit there and pay attention to this game and watch because this guy's playing?
Like a separate game, you're saying? Like
a separate game or even the game that you're at, right? I mean, like, because if you're not playing, you're pitching, you're warming up in the bullpen, right? Or are you just sitting there?
I'm just sitting in the like days I don't pitch, I'm just in the dugout watching. So yeah, like I watch
You watch 162 games a year.
Yeah, I watch them all. But there's definitely times like if there's so they have those iPads in the dugouts now, so we can watch like our replays and stuff throughout our game. But you can also go on there and search other games that are going on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so like the out of town scoreboard that's posted over there. So we'll like look at that and see the scores or whatever. And sometimes you'll catch wind that like there's a no hitter or something going on, and you'll like go on the iPad and tap it in and kind of watch what's going on. So that's always fun. But yeah, I mean, there's baseball games going on all the time in the clubhouse before our games.
That's awesome.
That was the hardest sport for me, especially being an amateur, not even in it, but I do enjoy betting. That was the hardest sport. I gave that up years ago, but I'm looking at these pictures, I'm looking at the money lines, I'm like, I don't know that's like the hardest sport because you never know what happens. Like look at Philly and Atlanta this past, a couple weeks ago or whatever. Like Atlanta was a huge favorite, man, and Philly
Huge
took
favorite.
it.
I know there's all the speculation on the scheduling and stuff, like giving them too much time off. I'm sure it's the same thing with golf, though. Like those guys, if they take too much time off, they kind of just get like rusty, and like competition is.
The Ryder Cup was a prime example. But
yeah.
I mean, none of them played for 5 weeks going into the Ryder Cup.
That's tough. Yeah, that's really tough. Like you look at the Braves and like they're having to put on scrimmages against their own team, and letting fans in for free to have an atmosphere. But like, there's no way you can ever replicate a game of a major league baseball
Right.
game in practice.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like going to the COVID year. Like a lot of guys say, like, oh, the COVID baseball year is fake because there's no fans in the stands. It's like it didn't feel real. It felt like we were playing
Yeah.
like I don't know,
Pickup.
just like a scrimmage against every.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, those numbers really matter for people's careers and stuff, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's not even the same.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close to being the same.
Well, man, I tell you what, we heard a lot of good things about you, obviously, through Neil, and was familiar with you relative to the pitching and whatnot with the Pirates. So it was just cool to connect with you and kind of talk a little bit about going through your life and where you're at and the achievements you made and your love for golf, man. And that's what we're all about here on Chasing Birdies. And now is the fun part of the show where Jonathan presents you with 4 questions that demand your quick-witted response. This is called a tap-in segment by Bettinardi. Take it away.
All right. Can you share a memorable life lesson or personal growth experience that you've gained from your time in baseball?
Yeah, just when I got sent down actually in 2021, that was a big thing for me. Yeah, I mean, I kind of got kicked in the teeth, some would say, and then I just had to really think about what was going to change, and I just stuck through it and kept going.
Lowest round and where?
Lowest round, I think it was even par in high school.
What?
It was through 9 holes. I can't say 18. Even par. At Hunter's Ridge Golf Course in Marion, Iowa.
Wow.
Favorite all-time pitcher?
Wow, man, I don't even know. That's so bad of me. I'll say Garrett Cole. I love watching Garrett, especially coming up from in the Pirates organization when he was there. I love watching that guy pitch.
All right. What type of music do you play on the course?
I play a lot of like Foo Fighters, 311. Yeah, just some like good vibe music.
Pump-up music a little bit, huh?
Yeah, kind of. I get those are like 311's pretty mellow. I'd say I like Foo Fighters. I guess there's always country music going on too.
Yeah.
I'm not like the biggest country music guy, but I'll listen to it.
All right. Final question. What are you chasing?
Birdies, man. Chasing birdies.
Love it. And
I knew that
I mean,
answer.
but I mean, you're chasing a good year with the Pirates, a nice contract coming up due. I mean, let's go, boys.
I'm chasing a lot of things, man. Chasing a lot of things.
But I want to ask you this because I didn't ask you earlier. What's your favorite pitch to throw?
I feel like you.
Ooh, my favorite pitch.
Do you tell us that because like you don't want? I mean, is that like a secret?
No, I don't know. It's changed over the years, actually. So I would, like 2 years ago, I would have said my 4-seam fastball. But I started throwing and I changed, like I added a new pitch last year. So it's called the sweeper slide. I don't know. It moves like a lot. And I would say that would be my favorite pitch to throw now, for sure.
So, Bash, you need to go outside and practice the sweeper slider?
I'm going to get in batting practice with my man. I want to see one coming at me, then it just falls off the table.
I mean, let's do it. Let's set it up.
Yeah, let's go. We'll get some content.
I had my dad for the first time ever in his life stand in the box.
No.
When was that? Last off season? Yeah, that was hilarious. He was terrified. I had to put a net in front of him. He was terrified. I was like, I'm not going to hit you, I promise.
So you put a net in front of his body, but you pitched at him.
Yeah, I had a catcher there. He stood in the box, acted like he was seeing it, and that was the first time he's ever done it. Because, I mean,
that'd be stupid to do it any other time, right?
I mean, he had to stop playing catch with my brother and I a long time ago. My brother threw him a pitch, and it smoked him right in the chest, and he fell over. And we laugh about it now that he's fine, but
yeah, but that's what I'm saying, dude. I'm going to look like I just am getting ready to get on the ice, and Pep's going to be the catcher. And Neil can be the umpire. And you
Maybe
can
Neil should catch. Neil
No,
could catch.
that's too big of a job for him. He's worked hard his whole life. I'll get back.
Yeah, true. Give him a break.
Yeah, he deserves a little break. I'll get back.
That's great. That'd be awesome. Man, thanks again for coming on here, Mitch.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
That's always fun.
It's been fun.
Mitch Keller.
Yeah, it's good to see him hanging around still.
Good to see him. He's. I saw that he went to the Iowa. He's on the sidelines of the Iowa football game this past weekend, just hanging out. Pretty cool story though. I mean, he didn't go to college, and you can tell. Not that he's embarrassed by it, but he's just like, people ask, what do you do? And he's professional pitcher, but like, I make a lot of money. So I can't not wait until Mitch gets back to Pittsburgh in April for the season, and we get you in the batter's box.
Dude, I'm getting in that batter's box. I want to see that fastball. I mean,
well, what was the pitch? It's a slider,
Something.
fastball, or something. I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, the shit that they can do with those balls, man, it's like...
It's crazy.
That sounded weird. But I'm talking about the actual
Baseballs.
pitching of it. It's like, dang. Throwing it that fast, like you said, bud, it goes faster than your Toyota. Like crazy. Split seam. Down the line. Love it, man. Mitch, thanks again, my man, for coming on. It was awesome catching up with you. And good luck next year. The Buccos have some momentum going into 2024, man. So we'll be rooting them on.
They do have. I mean, there is a little bit of positive here.
Yeah,
so
there is.
That's
Absolutely,
nice.
there is.
I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully they string together some wins in that middle part of that season. You got to stay focused for the whole year, just like you got to stay focused in work, a round of golf, anywhere that you let your mind get slipped up a little bit, guys. That's where the mistakes happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, that's enough of my 2 cents. But it's funny, we're going from a Mitch Keller
We are.
to, in 2 weeks, Mitchell Tenpenny, country
2
artist.
Mitches.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if
Yeah.
Mitch's real name's
Yeah.
Mitchell. We would
Might
have
be.
back-to-back Mitchells.
Yeah.
So,
Like your shampoo you use, bud. Paul Mitchell. Mitchell Tenpenny coming on here in 2 weeks on Chasing Birdies. My man's on a rocket ship right now, man.
rocket
I mean,
ship. We talk Jordans. We talk golf. We talk
God,
tequila.
everything.
We talk Pokemon.
Yeah, you guys really love that stuff.
We cover a lot with Mitchell Tenpenny, and again, we can't thank Mitch Keller enough for coming on, taking time out of his off season to hang with us. Went to Ireland.
Sure.
No golf clubs, but we look forward to hearing the Mitchell Tenpenny episode in 2 weeks.
Yeah, guys, stay tuned. And again, thank y'all for tuning in here on Chasing Birdies. The weather up here in these parts this weekend looking a little warmer, so maybe get out for some last-minute fall golf. I know it's something that I might have to do. And if you're a Steelers fan, you get the Jacksonville Jaguars in Pittsburgh on Sunday. Should be a good game. Outside of that, my man, what else you got to say?
I got nothing. Hopefully see you tomorrow at Nemacolin. Get a little money going. Could be the last round of the year.
Yeah. And as always, guys, head on over to Chasing_Birdies on Instagram. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Thank you again for tuning in. And thank you to Evo over at Simpler Media and Alley Press for putting this thing together. And Jacqueline DiPaterio, Rachel London for all your social media help. You girls rock. We will catch y'all in 2.